Hello, is this thing on?
Hello, guys.
Hello.
So this is podcast episode number 2,
Yeah.
and to start the video, we're actually going to answer one of y'all's comments. So I'm going to give the mic away to Landon, and he's going to tell us about his famous pink drink.
So this is a drink from the LTC. I think it was Ivan that commented yesterday.
It was Grizzo.
It's Grizzo, sorry, also known as Ivan. So basically, it's a strawberry dragon fruit juice mixed with lemonade. Now, I put him onto it.
I still prefer Dr. Pepper, but
well, yeah. I kind of expect that from you. Let's just say that. Today, we're talking about Vanisher Horizon Scraper by Quadeca. Another album that I put Skylar onto, and let's just say it's a freaking wild one. Some overalls that I wrote about this album.
Overalls?
Oh, you know, not the freaking clothes, bro. This is a really cinematic album. So basic story is basically this guy's sailing. He's a sailor, and he's like going through all these struggles, and at the very end of the album, he freaking drowns and dies. That's Casper. That's what Casper is all about. Yeah. This album has some of my favorite production from Quadeca. It's like really lush, and there's like a lot of acoustic and beautiful orchestral instruments, but at the same time he uses a lot of like electronic instruments that you can't even distinguish sometimes. It's really cool.
Yeah, you can really see how far he's come from working with Dax.
Bro, what do you mean?
Me, a YouTube rapper.
His old music is so good. The movie that released along with the album has some really, really cool shots. Yeah. Do you have... Cool. Oh, yeah. The last thing is that I wrote for the overall is that on this album, a lot of like the climaxes don't really hit you. They kind of build up to the point that they get to, and that's really different from his past few albums where like there's a very clear like this is the main part of the song, this is, you know, like the part that they go crazy to. And on this album there's not really a distinction between that, and I think it's really cool that it just like he builds up the music really well in this album. So do you have any overalls?
I loved how warm the album was. And does he play flute, or does he just have like a flute player on the whole album?
I think the only instruments he plays on this album is the guitar, and he has people playing the drums and flute and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of flute. I love the flute on this.
Anyways, so the first song, No Questions Asked. So I think this song works really well as like an opener. It
does, bro.
Thanks, bro. It leads up really well to Waging War, the second song, and also it's a very kind of distant song. Like Quadeca's voice is very far back in the mix. Olika, the female singer on this album, her voice is pretty far back. She's also really freaking cool. I went to a Quadeca concert.
Hey.
Yeah, with K-Mo opening. We might have to review that album someday. It's really good. But Olika was freaking sick whenever she was on tour with Quadeca, and she still sounded pretty freaking good. Anyways, it's like it brings in a lot of the themes of the album, like, you know, being there for his love interest, but also like a lot of the tropical kind of instruments. Like there's bongos playing, there's like really it's a really cool mix with like orchestral, like kind of I don't know if this is the right term, but like Latin sounding instruments and a lot.
I think I put tribal, like, cause it sounded really like tribal.
Yeah. That I feel like that described it pretty well too. But it's like a lot of those kind of drum patterns from that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, a lot of the songs on this album, I feel like the only way I can compare them was to like different types of movie scenes.
It's a really, really good instrumental. There's like whenever it's at the climax of the song, there's like this really, really good bass that comes in. I think it's like a Reese bass. I don't know. It's just really sick. It sounds so freaking cool. And also, the song opens up with some waves, and the last song closes with waves. So it's kind of a loop, which Fantano had a problem with that. I
thought that was cool. I noticed that and I was like, wow. This whole album has really cool like ambient noises or like background stuff.
There's so many background elements. Like we talked about with the last Jane Remover song, which had a lot of like, or Jane Remover album, it had a lot of moving components to it, but they're really in your face. But on this album, it's a lot more like toned back and like
get the focus to be able to find it.
So, do we want to move on to Waging War?
Yes, sir.
This song opens up with this like kind of Rhodes sounding thing that was the first snippet of music from this album. And honestly, both No Questions Asked and this song, like, I feel like they kind of build up your attention too much, you know? Like, they build up some hype a little bit too much, if you know what I'm saying.
I think I do, yeah.
Because, like, on No Questions Asked, there was not much lyrically to it. And, you know, on this album, I don't know. I feel like what I'm trying to say is that No Questions Asked feels a little bit like redundant. But I still like the song.
I know what you're saying. Like,
it's a good opener, but it feels a bit odd. Like I was saying with Waging War, that I feel like it does a better job in getting your attention. Because the first verse it's really cool. It's really interesting. A lot about his identity and stuff like that. What do you think about it?
I also like the Rhodes thing. I liked how it was like, it was out of tune, but it like, yeah, it sounded cool.
Let's see. There's this really cool lyric. And on Genius, he had to annotate it because.
Is it too vulnerable to kill, too proud to die?
Hold on, we're not to that part yet.
Oh, I thought that was a cool lyric.
That is a really cool lyric. But I really like that this song is split in two. I love songs that have multiple parts to it. But the lyric is, "Who am I when I'm high? That's the way I make it part the seas, and I see me there. He's been waiting long. When the hall becomes whole again, blink and I'll be gone." And basically, he was like off something in this verse, and he was like seeing himself like in the ocean, like the ocean made a hall out of the water, and he was like, he saw himself in that. And it's a really cool visual, and it has a lot to do with like the overall themes of this album. And I don't know, I love the lyrics in this album. It's so sick. What?
You said overall. There was like some background vocals. It might have been like a sample, but it sounded like something Tyler the Creator would use. And then I also like the dreamy vocals, and then like the really cool bridge with the synths, and how he added like the autotune all the way to 100.
That part, that part's really cool. Like dude, on the second part, whenever the instrumental like has that reversed drum beat, that's really cool. It's like really catchy still, even though it's reversed. And then the too vulnerable to kill part, that
I'm sitting here, I'm still trying to figure out what that's supposed to mean. Like, I know it has to mean something really cool.
I think
like he's too
vulnerable to kill. I think it's like a juxtaposition. It's like being too vulnerable to kill is like kind of opposite of each other. If you're vulnerable, you're not going to be too like braggadocious. You know, you're not going to be that. You're not going to talk that high about yourself. What else did I like about this song?
For this album, I had a hard time listening to what he was saying, just because how cool the instrumentals were.
It's really easy to just like focus on the instrumentals because they're so freaking well done.
But that was a line that like it like just grabbed me.
So, Ruin My Life, next song.
This one I wrote, the intro sounds like the Ratatouille soundtrack in a way. Like it sounds like Italian. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I get it. I feel
And then it's like, I like this, how like soft and pretty and close you feel to him. And cool strings and violins.
Oh yeah, true that. I really like how this song opens up as just an acoustic song, because for a lot of his other acoustic tracks, or at least most of them, if they open up acoustic like that with just a guitar playing, it's usually like that throughout most of the song. But this song builds up so much, and you can't even really tell because it's so gradual, and it's done really well. The "What Have You Done" part where he starts screaming that at the end of the song, that's really cool. I also said that the outro, like whenever everything winds down, it sounds like a wind-up toy. Like there's so many like clanky sounds.
Yeah, I hear that.
Godstained.
Dude, okay, this is the first song you ever showed me by Quedeca. And ever since then, I always wanted to get into him, and I just never did until now.
It's a really fun song to listen to. Whenever this song dropped as the first single, I was like, I don't know, I was iffy on it because I'm used to the huge drops that he has. I'm used to the more electronic music from his last couple albums, and it really took me a couple of listens to the entire album to get used to this. But like now that I am used to it, Godstained is like such a good song, bro.
I like how it sounds like the ocean. It sounds like you're on a boat. Like it feels like you're on a boat.
It's a really tropical sounding song.
And oh, I like the flow of the song. Like, are we ready to go to the next song?
At a time like this, this song it's pretty cool. The drum loop, I said the drum loop is fire as heck, and it's one of my favorite instrumentals and progressions on the album.
Sounds like casting a spell.
Yeah. I hear it. I
like the flute again and the vocal delay.
Yeah.
There was one part of the song, I think it was like near the middle. It sounded like Tame Impala, kind of like the vocals.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And there's like cool like vocals going
Yeah. I freaking love those.
I love that,
chops.
bro. And then there was like a radio sound at the end. That's supposed to mean something. You got any info on that?
I think the outro on that is like an old video recording from like maybe a time that him and his family went on a boat trip. But I was gonna say that at the end of some of the songs on this album, there's the lead singer from this band Maruja, who was on Casper. They were singing like most of the lyrics on that. The lead singer has a lot of like parts at the end of the song where he's like kind of talking from the perspective of death, and I think that's pretty neat. But on the outro to this song, I think it's just like a video recording. Mixed in the glass till I end up on a list, spirits on the floor till they learn to coexist. That is pretty cool. It's like mixing the glass till I end up on a list. It's like he's drinking heavy because he's a sailor. You gotta drink. And then spirits on the floor till they learn to coexist. It's like all the past. This comes up quite a bit in this album. He talks about like all the people who have had big ambitions in the past and have failed those ambitions, and he's like really scared of that in this album. And spirits on the floor till they learn to coexist. I think that's a really cool line. That's a really cool way to depict it.
Yeah.
A really cool instrumental. I love the drum loop. And yeah, Monday. Whew! I love Monday.
I think this is the one I wrote the least notes, but I like this one a lot.
I freaking love Monday. It has like the catchiest chorus on the entire album. It's so freaking good.
I love the cellos. I think the cellos. It's some kind of string bass instrument. And then I liked. This is probably like the simplest sounding song, I think.
Yeah.
And it had the most clarity.
It definitely is the most simple song, but it's still done really well. Can relate to the lyric "Don't give up on a Monday" because Mondays suck. And in my notes, I wrote #Garfield memes. I really like the "It's that time of the year" part. It's like cycling through the year, and I think that's really cool. It's a really good way of depicting like how cyclical life can feel at times.
So the next song, "Dancing Without Moving," I like the rap part.
Yeah.
And I wrote favorite, so apparently I like it. Yeah.
This is one of my least favorite, which is a bit controversial maybe. But okay, this is a bit like nitpicky. I don't like the first verse where he like repeats the same word, just like higher pitched.
Yeah.
I don't really like that. It's a bit goofy. I like whenever, I don't know, he does it throughout the song, but like in the first verse, it just doesn't hit, bro. I really like the chorus. It's really catchy.
I like the ending.
This song, there is a little passage done by the lead singer of Maruja, and it says, "There's a man on the horizon. Paradise is just behind him, but if he turns around, it disappears." And that's a pretty cool little set of lyrics. Again, in the chorus, I feel like the way, like the lines in the chorus, I look up to the night sky to copy what I do. It's dancing, but it cannot move. And again, I had to use the genius annotation. And from what they be saying on Genius, it's like how the night sky doesn't really move. It just kind of like, it looks like it's moving, like in a time lapse,
Yeah.
but it's really staying still. It's just the earth like spinning. And I don't know, it doesn't really hit. It is a really fun song to listen to again, just like Godstained. But yeah, that's all. That's about all I wrote.
That song?
That's why I love. That's why.
Okay, so I wrote this one sounds like NF if he was good. Like.
Okay, yeah. The first, I can hear the first verse.
And,
it's
yeah.
It's like some of the most blunt he's been on this album. It's just the intro to the song, at least.
I like the ending. I love how warm it is. Like you can feel it. Like you can just feel it in your heart.
And I really like how different it is from the intro, because in the intro it's like really weird. It's kind of like, what's the word? It's kind of eerie.
Yeah.
But by the end, by the chorus, where it's like, "That's why," yeah, that's a little twisted. Thank you. It switches up really fast, but I feel like it still works. The start of this song from the ending of Dancing Without Moving is very different. Like the songs clash a lot. I love the second half of the song where it just sounds more upbeat. I don't know. That's like one of my favorite parts about this album, how much that song can switch up while still feeling pretty similar to itself. Ooh, I Dream About Sinking.
This song?
I love this song, bro. It's okay. With all the ambient music that I've listened to before, it's so different from this.
Yeah, it sounds like a documentary.
Ooh.
That's what
Yeah, I freaking feel that. But usually in ambient music, or at least like the ambient music that I've listened to, it's just one block of,
like it's still.
Yeah, it's
this
one
block
like
goes,
of sound. Yeah, it just like changes slowly throughout the album or throughout the song. But this song, there's like so many little, like the flute that plays in the beginning.
Yeah, and then there's
oh my gosh,
clarinet.
it's so freaking beautiful.
I'm not the biggest fan of clarinets, but that was a pretty cool way to add clarinets.
It still works out. There's a lot of foreshadowing. Like I Dream About Sinking. That's the freaking ending of the album. Sorry. But yeah, it's a really, really good interlude.
I wrote, this one sounds like drowning in your own thoughts. Like.
Because like it's kind of, or at least the main part of it, like the very warm like synth. It's very muted. Like it sounds buried in the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a really cool interlude. Natural Causes. It's a really this. I think Dreaming About Sinking was the turning point of the album because with with the title and the next song right after it starts to become like a lot more aggressive and like a lot darker in what he talks about.
I really like. Didn't mean to interrupt, but I really like the graininess to the drums. Like they sound really good.
The drums.
I wrote bass riff poppin'.
Oh, dude, I wrote that. I said crazy bass riffs in this song. Wow, we're one and the same.
And then cool build up and cool bells.
I personally have some problems with the album. Like this song, it feels like a second interlude right next to Dreaming About Sinking. And I feel like it kind of causes those two songs to drag on a little bit. But it's still Natural Causes is a really unique song on the album, but it's still, I don't know. It feels like another interlude because there's not much to the lyrics and the instrumental isn't the craziest thing ever, at least not on this album. So
I put it feels like Delusion at the end.
Ooh, you're right,
bro. I'm getting those vibes.
Yeah, it's like he's kind of starting to lose his mind. Thunder. That's a fun song.
This one I liked a lot.
It's really sick.
I put it has the same vibes as Igor, like the whole album. Like,
you're right,
I saw that a lot in this song.
Right.
And if I put this should go on, I feel like a bad A-word playlist.
Oh, brother.
And then I like the contrast in the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then I wrote, sounds like thunder.
It does. It does sound like thunder. I really like the lyrics on this song because they're very they're the most braggadocious. They're the most like aggressive he's ever been on like any song ever. Like, I like to steal your thunder is not something he would say. He's not the type to like try to steal someone's light, you know. I like I like whenever he's like repeating the last letter of the word, like whenever he says, "Tell him that I'm free." E. That's what it says on Genius. Anyways, the Great Bacchanal.
This is my least favorite.
Okay, thank God. I love Danny Brown, but he didn't do a great job on this song.
I liked the cool phaser thing at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I put this. The song sounds like a town getting destroyed.
Ooh, it does.
But and I also put the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would really like the song.
They would.
I feel like they would.
What?
And then the last one I put was like too long. I feel like it just went on for way too long.
How long is it? It's like 4 or 5 minutes.
I don't know. I feel like there wasn't enough stuff to change.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big, he has his like really big climaxes on songs, and like that was just this throughout the entire thing, basically. First off, Danny Brown featured on his not the last album that he did, but the one before that, and in that feature, he was rapping from the perspective of carbon monoxide because he was like because Quedeca was trying to kill his family because he was a ghost and he wanted his family to be with him. So, Danny Brown was the carbon monoxide. And Danny Brown serving like the same kind of purpose. He's like an antagonist in the same song. It shouldn't work, but thematically I feel like it works. Bakunawa is basically just a big representation of all of his problems and like all the stresses and all the issues that Quedeca has to deal with. But like it just kind of shows up out of nowhere, and it's way different than the ways that he demonstrated those earlier in the album. And I don't know, I feel like if there were just a couple of references of the Bakunawa earlier in the album, then I would like it a lot more. But it just, I don't know, it kind of feels out of the blue. Like this album was pretty grounded before this point. Also, Danny Brown's verse is like, kind of corny.
Kind of chopped.
I love Danny Brown. Foregone. I love Foregone.
This was one of my favorites too.
This is definitely my second favorite song on the album. It's okay. I love the effects on his voice because, like, on a lot of ballad songs like this, they kind of blend together. You know,
Yeah.
They kind of sound a bit too similar. But like on this song, there's certain things that separate this song from other songs like it. Like the effects on his voice, it's really cool. But also, I feel like the kind of warbliness on his voice, it kind of connects this song to other ballad songs like it to give it a more like kind of old timey feel. I don't know.
Yeah, I wrote. It feels like you're in a church. Like it feels very warm. It feels like a clock almost. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like you're standing inside a clock tower.
I understand.
I like the cool little marching snare thing.
Oh, dude. Oh, he released that marching drum part as like a snippet, or like he did an Instagram live, and I listened to that thing every freaking day, like 5 times. It was so cool, dude. And it's like, I just love how big the song feels at the end. It feels like a huge wave is about to come crashing over you. I love the lyrics. I love the freaking drums at the end. It's so beautiful, bro. Time for the last song. 3, 2, 1. Casper.
Okay.
Casper is like one of my favorite songs ever.
This one, I feel like, okay, it feels like a fever dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote, you can feel, there's some of those travel sounds coming back from the first song.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear that.
And I really like the kind of
loop.
Yeah, kind of. I love the looping aspect of it. Even though Fantano thinks it was kind of weird or useless, I think he's wrong. I think he's stupid. I feel like you can't, with the loop, I don't think you would go back to the album listening to it in a new way like you would with a lot of other albums that loop. I think it's more just like in these last moments, like maybe after he dies or like right before he dies, he's looking back at his life.
7 minutes.
Yeah. Seven. What?
You ever heard of like when you die, that 7 minutes you're going back in your life?
And this song just so happens to be 7 minutes long.
For?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's like.
Maybe Fantano. Come on, bro. Check it out.
Okay, and then I wrote, it sounds like a superhero being born.
Low-key, it does.
And then I like there's a moment where it's like in and out, like distortion.
My god. Yes.
I love that. That
is like the coolest way to end off an album. I think it's a really cool way of showing how he dies. It's not like, I mean, the lyrics do tell you that, but you don't even need the lyrics to know that he's drowning and he's about to die. And it sounds so urgent, and like whenever he pops out and the music freaking bursts your eardrums, it's so freaking cool, bro. Like, from all the music that I've heard, this is like one of the biggest songs I've heard. Like, it feels like a huge, I know I said this about Foregone, but Foregone feels like a big wave in the way that like you're just kind of riding over it. But like Casper, it feels like something's about to freaking kill you. Really, really cool album. Now, some closing thoughts. I think my problem with the lyrics on this album, it's a bit just like me, because I'm pretty bad at deciphering lyrics a lot of the time. But I love the album. I love how beautiful a lot of the instrumentals are. I love how different it is from the rest of his albums. Like, his past few albums have been really electronic, with only like a couple of acoustic songs, but this album was entirely, or almost entirely acoustic, with like some electronic instrumentals here and there. Do you have any summarizing?
It's a bit closer to the music I listened to already, so I feel like it's an easier. Like,
it's an easier listen.
Yeah, like the Frailty, like I liked it. It was just like I had to stretch my taste a bit more
Yeah, it was
for
very different than what you
yeah.
listened to.
So
it's a really good album. I give it to decent 9.
I would give it a heavy 9. A pretty heavy 9. Maybe a light 10.
Maybe if you're feeling a bit crazy.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, Quadeca, Vanisher, really good album. That's it.
We'll see you on the next Ranch Nachos video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.